Hi people, welcome. This is Footprints and your girl Betwell is here again with some random thoughts. So I saw this random post on social media and it says, husband got shocked while reading a comment on his wife's report card. And this is the comment, very quiet and obedient student. And the husband was shocked. So I just asked myself, do people really change after they marry? Do wives really change after they marry? Because I think that this post, for my own understanding, was just trying to say that maybe because the woman is no longer quiet and obedient. So the husband was shocked when he saw that. I was like, what? Not my wife, So it just got me thinking, and I was like, okay, I personally believe that human beings have two sides, right? And human beings are very, very versatile. So to the question of whether people change after they marry, of course people change. So it's a yes or no answer for me. First, yes, people change. Human beings change. Like they say, change is the only constant thing in life. And human beings can be very, very versatile. And no, because I don't think they really change, because human beings have two sides. So the side that is triggered often is the side that comes up. So I believe that not just in family or husband and wife relationships, but generally, people give you the same energy that you offer them. I don't know if you understand what I mean, or I don't know if you see it like me, but I just believe that if you keep poking someone's wound, what they're going to give you is pain. But if you keep caressing their wound, what they're going to give you is peace. So all I'm trying to say is human beings are versatile. So if you choose to squeeze them in a box, they are going to fit in that box. And if they're comfortable, they are going to speak up. But if you choose to fit them in a more airy space, they're going to react beautifully. The point I'm trying to make here is, as human beings, right, what we are exposed to, the pressure we're exposed to, the beauty we're exposed to, the environment we're exposed to has a great and very crucial role to play with how we turn out, with how we react, with how we behave. So that's why it's normal to see that one person sees another person as very kind and another person sees that same person as very nasty. So then this brings me to the question of, okay, this girl or this wife was very quiet and obedient when she was a student. So what happened? So I just believe that sometimes, right, when we're exposed to certain things, especially in marriage, right, there's so many dynamics, so many things going on. For some people, it can be more of beauty and less of pain. And for some other people, it's more of pain and less of beauty. So what they are exposed to, the pressures they're exposed to, the environment they're exposed to is what is going to bring out that personality that's in them. So if someone was very quiet and they're exposed to so much pressure, so much talking down, so much pain, of course they're going to burst out and they're going to defend themselves. It's a human tendency. So at some point now you notice that they're now talkative. A lot of women, a lot of men have changed after they married just because of the kind of person that they married. So they could either change for good, and you see that beautiful side of them that was never seen even when they were growing up, or they're going to change for bad, and you will see that monstrous side of them when they were growing up. So whatever you give is what you're going to get. So a lot of times people accuse their spouses of being what they are, but they don't try to think like, what happened? What happened? Before, this person wasn't like this, she is now like this. What happened? I always say this to people, that sometimes people just change because of the things they've been through. Experiences, as I know, transform human beings, and it makes them to become not another person, but to be able to, some experiences bring out that other side of them that other people have never known, right? Because there's some children who grew up very sad, very locked up, very unsociable and gloomy, just maybe because of the way their childhood was, maybe because of some childhood traumas. But then they meet someone and they marry them, and this person is different. This person is full of positive vibe. This person is full of love. And you see suddenly this same dark and gloomy person blossoms, and she becomes very alive and beautiful, and she just starts acting differently. Yes, just because of what she's experienced, that love has made her to glow and to blossom. But then you see another person who's been very cheerful, very quiet from when they were young, and then suddenly they start talking and they start being bitter and they start being aggressive. It's just because of what they've been exposed to. So every time your spouse or your family member or your friend starts showing you another side of them that you've not seen before, ask yourself what happened. I'm not saying that people don't change. Yes, people can just change for reasons that you can't place your finger on, but a lot of times people react to how they've been treated. Knowingly and unknowingly, people react to how they've been treated. And that's why sometimes you find issues like, oh, before she married our brother, she was very humble, but now she's a tiger. Man, you've put her in that box. You put her in that situation. You brought out that monster in her. And you see things like, oh, before this man married his wife, he was very quiet. He used to always be, he was very organized. He used to stay at home always. He was very successful. Suddenly, he's no longer successful because he married. That wife was going to drain him and bring him down. So yeah, whatever we're exposed to, that's how we're going to react. Because that's how human beings are. We're social beings. We cannot be cut off from our environment. Whether old or young, we are always going to react to our environment. The basic principles of our lives, the basic components of our lives will never change. Sometimes we just see that other side of the person that was hidden, probably because of what they've been through. Like I said, every human being has every human being has two sides. The side that you're going to poke is the side that you're going to see. If you poke the beautiful side or if you caress the beautiful side, you're going to see the beautiful side. But if you poke the wound, if you poke the bitterness, if you poke the anger, you're going to receive the anger. So in our relationships, I just want to say that we should learn to give what we expect. We should not push people to be able to react. We should not push people to the wall so much so that when they start reacting in defense, trying to cope, right? You don't start saying that they've changed. You push to them. You expect them to stay still and just do what you want to do. No, they're going to react. It's natural. So what you give is what you're going to get. And that brings me to what people normally say, right? Whatever you give a woman, she's going to multiply it. If you give her pain, she'll multiply it for you. And your life will be miserable. If you give her love, she'll fill your whole heart and house with love. I don't know, this is not like a scientific truth, but I just believe that generally, not just women, every human person, when you give them love, you're going to receive love. Yes, I know that some people can be odd. That, of course, there are exceptions, but generally people react to situations and they become what their environment prompts them to be. Yeah. Whether adults or children is the same thing.